Michelle Obama has been famous in her political history for being an outspoken supporter of women's rights. She's done it in the past, but she refuses to speak out to support the Israeli hostages that are right now being kept in cages underground. Some years ago, when Michelle Obama was in the news all the time, getting Michelle to support something meant a lot, especially to women. And I'm referring to the taking of Black African slaves by Boko Haram in Africa, forcefully converted to Islam or slaughtered if they refused. And Michelle was asked to speak out on behalf of all women. And there's a picture of her, Bring Home Our Girls, and her with a very sad face, lamenting the fact that Boko Haram girls were being kept as sex slaves, the ones that weren't slaughtered. Israel has asked Michelle Obama on a number of occasions to speak out about the women and children, some of whom, it turns out, has now been proven to be kept in small animal cages, especially the children, were locked in cages hundreds of feet underground with no fresh air, no light, very little food or water, no bathroom, just a cage. And asked her if she would respond like she did with Boko Haram with a little picture, bring home our hostages or something to that effect. She refuses to get involved. And they've talked to her and they've talked to her staff. Can you explain that?
No, I cannot explain that. I can try. Given that it is the exact same Islamic jihad ideology that motivated Boko Haram to kidnap those young girl students out of schools there in Nigeria those years past, as motivates Hamas today in its jihad against Israel. One would think there's a commonality there, if not even just a human commonality of these hostages. They are expected to number something like 100 and maybe 40 still being held in those awful circumstances in the tunnels. Among them, perhaps as many as 10 Americans, other nationalities, and many Israelis too. And it's not just Michelle Obama refusing to speak up in defense of those hostages. It's all these feminist groups were all over the place, marching and protesting for women's rights. And
where are all the pink hats?
Where are they now when we know that girls and women were horrifically abused, sexually abused, assaulted, raped, sodomized by the Hamas monsters, and not a peep out of any of them?
Where are the women that marched when Donald Trump was being inaugurated in their pink hats, screaming for women's rights to be protected? Where are those women? Shame on all of them. I never want to hear from them again.
Agreed.
This is the most horrific mass crime in recent human history, and they can't even put out a press release. I'm disgusted.
Shameful. Absolutely shameful.